how many mothers am I going to have to fight?
This one is crazy.
You
Because
know,
I'm fighting the last one, and I'm fighting this one.
This is
wild.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to BBEGs of Reddit. I don't know if that's the title of this because that's a mouthful. Today we're looking at stories about holidays, holiday-related things. Is it the British holiday? Maybe. Is it just the regular holiday? Maybe. We will see. You guys
The
ready?
two variations of holiday,
The
regular
two-
and British.
it's like metric and imperial.
That's how you can tell where you are by how the holiday is used. Oh shit!
And how many letter U's appear in the words?
Cooler.
Or extra ease.
Yeah. Do you guys know what you're doing for whatever holiday you celebrate in December this year?
No.
No,
I
actually.
mean, we always just go to my parents' house. My parents are the only ones still married of any of their siblings.
Do your parents live in
Aw.
California too?
True love. Yeah. Do you all live? Are you all currently where you grew up?
No,
Or
no.
Yeah.
No, I am not either. That's cool. Do you ever travel? Like, do you ever bring your spouses or partners or just yourself?
I've never
travel
gone
a lot.
anywhere.
We had the tradition of going to my aunt's house for every we have a few birthdays that are really early in January and really late in December.
Okay.
So we would go over for New Year's, and we would do the Christmas celebration, New Year's celebration, and a couple birthdays all in one go, like on New Year's. We haven't gone the last couple of years just because we're a little bit further away than when we used to be. But I'd like to go and do that again at some point. I don't know if we will this year, but we might next year. I don't know.
My mom's birthday's on Christmas, so we just do whatever she wants.
She's a Christmas baby?
Fair.
Like straight up? Whoa.
Your
So
mom is
we'll
the baby
usually-
Jesus?
We'll open presents, just the nuclear family, and then the rest of the family comes over and we have breakfast and everything, and then they leave, and then whoever wants to can come to the movies after we take a nap.
Does your mother
That's it
ever,
with movies.
if your mother's praying on Christmas, is it always with a hint of like, ugh, like, all right, amen, I guess.
But my brother is a pastor, so usually he prays over like whatever food we have.
Oh, okay. Very cool. That is very cool. I don't have any Christmas stories really. Every Christmas, my birthday is also close to Christmas. I never get multiple presents, and I go to therapy about it. All right, first story.
Well, let's expand on that a little bit. Can you speak? No, because my husband's birthday is really close to your birthday.
Yeah.
And like I had to, like, make sure. I've always tried to make sure, not had to. This is not like a request or anything, but like, I always try to make sure that those things are distinguished in some way, like, like separated out from like birthday from holiday.
Yeah, make him feel special, because guess what? I definitely didn't. Jesus was a very big part of my life, and overshadowed my birth by quite a bit. Like I said, first
My
story.
mom too never got a party. Go ahead.
Am I the asshole? Oh, this story comes from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? It's from Deleted. OP says, am I the asshole for calling my girlfriend a gold digger?
Not
First
off
thoughts,
to a great
yeah.
start.
Yeah.
I like the implication that there's still a relationship here, though. It's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. Throwaway account because my girlfriend has Reddit. Oh god, they're both Redditors? Doomed.
Oh.
I,
She's finding it. Mark my words, she's gonna find it.
I, a 23-year-old female, just got into an argument with my girlfriend, a 20-year-old female, of 1.5 years. My family and I were going on a trip to Canada over Christmas to go skiing. After missing a New Year's with her last year, I promised that I would be there this year to spend it with her. So when I told her my family decided to go on this trip, she asked me if she could come too. Uh-oh. I told her I was pretty sure my parents would say no, so there was no point in asking. I thought that was the end of it. I was wrong. Flash forward to a week before the trip. She asked if I had asked if she could come. This caught me off guard because she doesn't normally push stuff like this. I told her that, like I said, there was no point in asking. It felt kind of like she was taking advantage of my parents' kindness. She said it felt like it was a slap in the face and said I was being ridiculous because she had refused my parents' financial help in the past and that it doesn't matter where they're going. She just wanted to spend the holiday with me. It really felt like she was trying to get a free vacation out of me and the family. So I may have been a little harsh about it, but I still think I was right. She said I was an asshole for calling her a gold digger, but I still think that she was taking advantage of my parents. Am I the asshole?
No, yeah, you're absolutely an asshole.
Yeah. Being like, can I go on the family vacation for the holidays? And then not answering it directly, like just being like,
hey, we've been together for a year and a
I'm not
half.
even
We're
gonna ask.
really
I'm gonna
close.
ask.
Yeah.
Right.
But
and then to jump
they
from
are-
that to like, you're a gold digger. Like she specifically says she doesn't push shit like this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
She doesn't
This is her
ask for
first time
financial
ever
help.
really asking to jump on with things like this. I think
she's
she's a
like-
gold digger.
Right.
Hey, I really want to spend time with you and your family for the holidays because, my family's not doing anything. Gold digger. What?
Right.
Ridiculous.
She's a
She
specific kind
said
of gold
too,
digger.
she
She's a
doesn't care where.
snow digger specifically because it's only about going skiing. That's her end goal here.
It's the one thing.
It's the one thing.
A
That's
snow
wild.
digger.
But it also occurs to me, like, they're 20 and 23. It's like they met when the younger one was 18. Like, they're being
yeah, you're
childish
right about
this.
Yeah.
They're little. They're
This is
young.
childish.
Not little. They're young, and they have to.
18 and 21.
There's growing to do there. When I was 20 or 23, I didn't have a boy. No, I did have a boyfriend when I was 20.
I was a child.
Very briefly. Very briefly. And then when I was 20,
I was married when I was 20.
Were
Oh
you?
my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
Well, how old are you
married
now?
at 19.
Wait. How old are you now? Because I don't know that.
I'm 27.
27?
You're
So you've been married for 7 years?
7?
Babies
We were
have
married for 8.
babies.
We got married at 19.
Wow.
Congratulations.
I wish.
Yeah.
The fact that we're all surprised by that, I'm so sorry, Tony.
You're fine.
Love lasts.
fine.
Love does
Well,
exist.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not usual that you. It's
Oh,
not
we're
often that
very
you
much
find,
the outlier. I understand that.
You know. Yeah.
That's
I'm in my first
insane.
relationship, and I'm 7 years older than you. Eight years older than you.
Wait, how old were you guys when you were you guys like high school sweethearts or yeah?
Yeah.
Aw,
Stop it.
that's so sweet.
That's so cute.
Get it away from
That's
me.
so sweet.
Get it away from me. I'm gonna die.
Asia. Oh, okay, you're gonna cry. I thought you were like,
Yeah.
ew.
Yeah, no, we
was
got
like,
married
dude.
young. We're still together, living happily. Just her, I, and some rats and puppies.
Babies having
That's
babies.
really adorable. Babies. He's almost 30. You
I
are
said
the...
I'm 8 years older than him.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, look at that baby on his shoulder. Oh my god.
He's
Yes,
trying to
rat
go to
baby.
the other shoulder.
How old's your rat? Older than this relationship.
No.
No, he's probably
And it's gonna live a
nearing
lot longer
year.
than this relationship.
Well,
Are you guys gonna have a rat birthday?
I'm
we
sure
be there for
Victoria's planning one.
Pictures, please. Pictures.
We'll
Yeah.
do. We'll
Oh,
Little
do.
hats.
please.
Little hats.
100%.
Please.
All 4 of ours are from the same litter, so yeah, we'll probably do one big birthday with all of them.
Little rat
Adorable.
cakes.
Okay. We are going to go to. Well, what do you think the verdict was?
I mean, come
Yes.
on, they're obviously
Asshole.
an asshole.
Asshole.
Like, what a scumbag.
The verdict
It's
is
okay.
asshole.
Wait. I was gonna say though, if they were like my age or any of our ages, older, basically, it would be like I'm trying to be a part of your life. Like I want this forever, and you're like, nah, I don't think my parents are gonna say yes. Like,
All right. Let's go to the top comments. If she was a gold digger, she wouldn't be dating someone whose parents have to pay for their vacation. True.
Fucking
True.
got
Because
him.
if she was a gold digger, there'd be much higher dreams.
That's what I'm saying.
Much
Snow
higher
digger, right?
goals.
Like you got to think like this is a very specific kind of end game.
I'm just here for the skiing.
Yeah.
We've got you are the asshole. Why is it always people with no money that are paranoid about their partner being a gold digger? If she was a gold digger, she sure as shit wouldn't be with you. Neither would a reasonable person.
Yeah. Boom. Got
This doesn't sound like gold digger behavior from your description. And who the fuck tries to get a free vacation with their significant other's parents? Sounds like a nightmare. She just wanted to spend it with you, and you didn't even ask. Damn.
Yeah.
Also, was there any discussion of like her family, like the girlfriend's family? Like
No.
like there's
No, we know
no
nothing
there's
about
no
them.
relation of like any of the. It's almost like it doesn't even matter, right? Like maybe she doesn't have anywhere to go.
Right.
Tristan's a narcissist.
And that's what I thought.
Yeah.
For Christmas, she might not have family like that she can reach out to or something. Or
Right?
maybe they're
Yeah.
doing
Like
something.
it sounds like
maybe they're
this-
going on their own ski trip and she wasn't invited.
I've never been on a ski trip. Oh, your family doesn't ski? No, they ski every year.
I just can't.
No,
go.
I was born to a family of Olympic skiers. I just don't get invited.
She's shunned. Maybe she is a gold digger. Crazy.
She's a family digger.
We've got an update.
Oh.
What do you think the update is?
The update is
They're
I
not
broke
together.
up with her. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they broke up.
They broke up? Update. We broke up.
Hey, there we go.
She came over and was really upset about everything. I couldn't handle it anymore, and I ended the relationship. She said that what she was coming over to. Oh, she said that that's what she was coming over to do as well. So maybe all of this was for the best. I just couldn't take her outbursts anymore, and I just wanted out of the relationship.
I can
She
tell.
said I was immature,
Yep.
and once again called me an asshole. So at least it was a mutual agreement. LOL. I know everyone here thinks I'm the asshole, and maybe I am, but I still don't think I was wrong.
Mutually assured asshole.
Drop your name so people can avoid you.
Fucking
Okay.
dirt.
Right?
Drop your
No,
name and your
no,
ad.
no. Deleted.
So others.
Deleted.
Mm-hmm.
Hide in shame. That's really shameful.
Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's embarrassing.
That
You
I
need
don't know.
therapy.
It's like it's crazy that the girlfriend's 20 years old and she's more mature than her partner.
Right. Right.
She deserves
Like-
better.
Yeah, I
Just
agree with that. She
ask.
does deserve better.
Just ask. It would not
Yeah,
have
it's
been hard
not.
to ask.
It's,
If the
Yeah.
answer
there's
is
nothing
no,
wrong.
then she at least has a reason.
Oh,
But
yeah,
here's
if
the
it was
thing.
like-
Yeah.
But they hated each other anyway. They just
Yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
like
They
each
were.
other.
They just wanted an excuse to get out, right?
Yeah.
She was like, "I was already done. I just wanted out."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's always sad when that happens to a relationship. But c'est la vie. All right.
Lovey.
La vie bohème.
Next story. Am I the asshole for calling my wife unreasonable for backing out of spending Christmas with my family after my mother rejected her cookie sample?
Oh,
That was a roller coaster of emotions.
Not. Yes. Yeah.
I flipped on my answer from yes to no, I think 6 times over the course of that sentence.
Am I the asshole for calling my wife unreasonable for backing out of spending Christmas with my family after my mother rejected her cookie sample? I think
Okay,
this is
so
gonna be
she had a cookie sample.
I feel like I've
Mother
heard this
rejected
one.
it.
Yes.
Mother said, I don't want your damn cookies. And so they said, I don't want to spend Christmas with that mother then. And then this poster said, okay, you're being unreasonable. Interesting.
Now, what kind of cookies are we talking about? Because if it's the...
That is important, actually.
I
No, I
messed
feel like
up.
I've
is
heard
a
this one.
cookie
Just
sample.
read it.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right,
That's,
so this
that's
one
what I need to find
provides...
out, right?
This one provides context, because everything you see on the internet you can believe. But context. For every holiday, my mother would ask the women in the family, my sisters, sister-in-law, my wife, my female cousins, to send samples of their desserts they plan to bring to the celebration for testing, and to see if the desserts could make it to the food menu.
Okay,
Oh,
this
dear.
person's mother's a psycho.
Okay. My wife has been complaining about my mother deliberately rejecting her dessert sample she sent. So many times my mother has told her that she's being honest and keeping the guest's best interest at heart. Yet my wife still thought that my mother is deliberately excluding her since 2 of her dessert samples were rejected before.
What
For
the
Christmas
hell is a
this year-
dessert sample? What is a dessert
Right.
sample?
Right, hold on. For this year's Christmas, my mother is doing the same thing, but this time she told every woman who are participating to make a cookie sample and send it to her for testing. My wife took it as a challenge, and to be honest, she worked really hard to make a good sample and sent it to my mother days ago, and the results just came in yesterday. I came home from work and found my wife upset. I asked what was wrong, and she told me that my mother rejected the sample she sent, the sample she sent, and decided to exclude her from baking from the food list menu for Christmas this year. I didn't know what to say, but she then told me that she was backing out of the invitation to attend Christmas with my family. I was stunned when I heard her make this announcement. I tried to talk to her, but she said it was done. I called her unreasonable to decide to bail on the whole family over some cookie sample. That's just freaking crazy and quite unreasonable. We had a full-on argument about it, and she stated that my mother caused this, but I told her that my mother is pretty serious and careful about the food she offers to the guests, since we were going to have relatives coming from all sides of the country. She told me to stop mentioning it. Later, I heard her cry despite telling her that her baking is amazing and people have preferences, that's all. Am I the asshole for insisting that her decision was unreasonable?
Yes.
Yeah, you're totally an asshole. She's being completely reasonable. Your mother's a psychopath, and clearly you've inherited that.
Yeah, no, I think that says most of it. Let's be clear about this. The claim that the poster is making is that it's unreasonable for her wife, or for his wife, or presumably his wife.
Their
to-
wife, yeah, whatever.
I'm going to assume I'm guessing this is. I won't be derogatory, but I've never heard of a dessert sampler. This woman is auditioning food to be served
Yeah.
to her guests from her guests.
She
This
is.
is a woman who is, 1, deeply invested in real life drama. 2, creating her own reality show to do it on. And 3, taking it out of her fucking daughter-in-law in the process. I
Or
don't know.
perpetuating gender stereotypes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Why
the
can't
fact
the
that
men
it's only
participate?
women
Yes.
is
No.
that stuck out to me. Of like,
That's
yep,
crazy.
all the
That's
women need to submit a cookie.
I think this is. I don't want to be. This is not a derogatory statement. I think this is a Mormon thing, from what I googled. So like, I think that there's something there that is culturally distinct or unique.
The tradition of having all the
Yeah.
women cook.
Yeah.
That would also explain why he so wholeheartedly does not get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's
I-
very
not even
much
to, like-
like
He could have even been like, you know what? Let me try the sample this year. Let me try to do the sample this year. You don't have to do anything. Like, let's just play a trick on my
Right.
mother and see if it's still like rejected. Like, I don't know. Something like there are a lot of things that could have been done. I wasn't
that would have
done.
been fun.
Oh, there's
And
more?
He would have been on her
There
side.
was, there was
Oh.
more. If you're asking whose cookie sample made it onto the menu, the answer is my sister and my 2 cousins. Info
Yep.
on a few things. To
there
think
it
about.
is.
My wife wasn't the only one whose sample was rejected. I have a sister-in-law, brother's wife, and my younger sister who was also rejected.
Yep.
My mother did not force anyone to participate. It was up to whoever wanted to take part. And 3, this is just about the dessert, since my mother tends to be very careful in this category. But for other types of food, like dishes, appetizers, salads, and stuff, it's welcome. Like, all is welcome.
No, but specifically, his mother said, "Don't bring any food for this." That was further up there. It wasn't just that she rejected the cookie. She said, "Don't bring anything."
This year it was for the desserts. Everything else was fine.
But it said that she told the lady, the wife,
Yeah,
not
not
to bring
only
anything.
rejected cookie sample, but don't bring anything.
No. It says and decided to exclude her baking from the food list / menu for Christmas this year. Just the baking.
Okay, I could see that being either or, but regardless.
That's fair.
I'd be fed up too. It's been 3 years.
Oh yeah, and
Rejected?
clearly, I want to say clearly, this is not a fun event.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh no. No. With
There
all
is
of
no
this,
way that this event is enjoyable for anyone involved.
This sounds like This is what I imagine rich
Competitive
people
Christmas.
doing. Like, she has a huge house. She's very meticulous
Right.
about everything
Yep.
that goes onto the menu. It sounds
Yep.
like a nightmare. It sounds like a
Yep.
nightmare.
It's
The
giving
kind of
Also,
person who
imagine,
tells her
like-
servant men to be careful with this treat. She made it herself. And it's like the one recipe that she has from her mom that she makes like shit.
You
But
imagine
she's so
turning
high
food
on her
away
own
like that?
farts that
She's so high on her own
Wild.
parts.
Yeah.
She's so high on her own supply that she can't get her head out of her ass quick enough. Yeah. Well, the verdict was, you'll never believe it. Asshole.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Super asshole. What a douche.
Yeah. Let's look at some of the comments. So correct me if I'm wrong, but for years and years, your mother has demanded that all the women, why not men too, in your family send in samples. For years and years, your wife has tried her hardest to appease your mother, had pushed herself to the limit, and had been left completely and utterly demoralized each and every time by humiliating tradition enforced by the holiday tyrant. And even worse, her shame was publicly put on display each and every year as other family members would no doubt notice that once again her food was not chosen. Finally, after producing something she was unbelievably proud of, she was once again left embarrassed and most likely deeply hurt, as she was deemed not good enough for her yet another year. This is the straw that broke the camel's back, and she decides that she had had enough of her humiliation, and that she will not give her cruel mother-in-law the satisfaction of seeing her discomfort on such a big day. She makes a boundary that many would have made a long time prior, and her husband tells her that she's unreasonable for setting up this boundary. Dude, come on. You know you're the asshole.
Absolutely. Because that's the thing, right? Is that consistent, repeated rejection of all of the in-laws, by the way,
Yeah.
is a way of saying, no, I'm not welcoming you here. So if I'm not welcome, why the fuck would I go? I don't enjoy it. I'm not wanted. The fuck?
Another
Just send
comment
a
says,
crumble box and be like, reject this.
yeah, here, bitch.
Shit in the box.
Eat this. Fart in it. Another comment. You are the asshole. The hell kind of tradition is this? This isn't Chopped, the Great British Bake Off, etc. This is the time for family. No wonder why your wife doesn't want to go.
Yeah, exactly. Good point.
Yeah.
Well done. Well
Yeah.
said. Erudite.
Like, if you
man.
wanted it to actually be a fun thing, you would have everyone send in their samples, and you would allow anyone to enter, by the way. And then you would have everyone vote on the samples. That still gives you the public humiliation and drama you want, but in a way that's fun and interactive for people.
Yeah.
And not a
100%.
dictatorship.
Yeah, can you imagine turning away cookies? What the fuck? What's wrong with
Yeah, like,
people?
I
Like,
have
turning
deemed your
down-
baking unsatisfactory.
Unacceptable!
Unacceptable!
I cannot imagine having to do that for my partner's mother. I simply couldn't.
Yeah, fuck no.
I simply
Absolutely not.
couldn't.
This is something that could not happen in my house, in my family. Like, this is like there would another table would simply appear, and there would just be more food. Like, that's how that would happen.
Right.
Uh-oh. We got an update.
Okay.
Great. So I just got off the phone with my brother, and he told me that his wife is doing the same thing as my wife, and that
Fuck
she
yeah.
has decided to back out of the invitation to spend Christmas with the family as well.
Solidarity.
Turns out my wife... Yeah. Turns out my wife must have told her about her decision, and she decided to follow her lead. My brother is pissed, saying my wife is encouraging his wife to do this. I see that the problem has just gotten bigger now. Who
No,
knows?
no, you don't see it. You don't see what the
You don't
problem
see it. You don't
is.
see it at all, buddy.
Who knows? My younger sister might join in and decide not to go as well. I don't know how this got out of control so quickly. I guess we'll try to have a discussion with my mother about this soon and see how it goes.
Are you ready for me to get a fucking Olympic gold medal for leaping to conclusions?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
This seems like exactly the kind of super wealthy, fucking ridiculous
said.
family
That's
that
what I
goes, oh, anything that I don't like is clearly conspiracy against me. There's no way I
yeah.
could just be wrong in my take. It has to be conspiracy.
That's
Yeah.
that's not a
I see
leak.
it.
That's directly stated. He's like,
Yeah.
I see this has gotten bigger than I thought it would, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
this
And
is
clearly,
like,
I can't be wrong.
it's not that two people were hurt by their mom. It's that
Three.
it's or three or what. I mean, I guess with the wife and then the sister maybe, but like, it's that they are conspiring. Literally, that's the accusation. They've been talking.
Yeah.
First of all, talking, whatever. Like, oh my god. I
Is
feel
it that
bad
you?
for everybody in this fucking scenario.
This family probably thought the last election was rigged.
Oh my god.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Feel free to cut that portion out if it's
I
too
will.
political.
I will.
But I mean, you
Yes.
know I'm right, though.
100%. I agree. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it in. They were there January 6th, eating terrible desserts.
Very, very pickily selected terrible desserts.
You can storm the Capitol. You can't.
I deem your weird cosplay unsatisfactory.
How? What was he? What was the guy? Never mind.
Lemongrab?
We'll get into it. No.
Lemongrass?
No, you're talking about the Sixer in the weird fucking dumb buffalo
Yeah.
head shit.
Yeah, that's stupid. That was a crazy story. I would hate to be a part of that family. If
Yeah, I
I were
don't want to
her,
go to this weird January Sixer Christmas.
if I were her, I would just, if they haven't talked about it directly, I would make my feelings known, because that's the only way you can grow if you do want to stay with this family and save this person. The only way to make this work is to talk it out with the mother-in-law and really hear out, hey, if you are critiquing me for my baking, I would love to be able to have something, shared with the family. I would love to share something from myself with the family. What's the best way to do that? What do you like? What don't you like? What are your critiques? And
why am I being rejected? What can I work on for next
why
year?
have I done this? Like, why consistently every year have I been rejected? It's starting to make me feel like I'm not welcome. Even though I've known your son for X amount of years, and, I feel like I should be a part of the family at this point.
And then when everyone in that family calls you unreasonable for doing that, divorce is pretty
Run.
PogChamp.
Run. Completely run. Fake your own death. And leave
It's too
them
late
in the
for an
dust.
annulment.
But I just checked this something, and it turns out January 6th. I just connected this right now. But there's at least in Cuban culture, Dia del Rey Mago, the Magi King Day, is the day that like the three Magi Kings like gave the baby Jesus like frankincense and myrrh and stuff.
Oh.
And it's the end. It's the last day of the 12 days of Christmas. And it's January 6th. It's the Epiphany.
Huh.
Oh, dear.
That's cool.
Maybe they were all just trying to get to the manger. They thought Jesus was back, and
Yeah. And the
was
manger was in the Capitol building.
all right.
The guy was the one that set up on the fucking mall in front of the Capitol building.
Take a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk and look for Jesus. Check. check. Okay. Next story. So this comes from Am I the Devil? The post reads, am I the asshole for calling my husband unreasonable for canceling the holiday trip just because me and the kids couldn't help him in an emergency?
Well, that kind of depends on the emergency now, doesn't it?
It sounds awful already.
If it's my husband is literally dying and can't go on the holiday trip and we didn't help him with X, Y, and Z or whatever. But if it's like he was having trouble with the car, it was really frustrating him and no one helped him, so he said, fuck it, the whole thing's off, then yeah, obviously he's a monster.
Yep.
This is really contingent upon said emergency.
We're about to see, because some of the stories of Am I the Devil, sometimes they are open to interpretation, and the internet can be wrong at times, as we know.
No fucking way.
So we're going to read the story, and we're going to see how we feel about the story. Okay. The story reads, my husband and I have been together for 4 years. I have 2 kids, 17 male, 19 female. And their half-brother is 3 years old. This past week, my husband had an emergency, well, his dad had a medical emergency and wanted someone to watch our son. He asked my older son, and he refused because he was going out with friends. He also asked my daughter, but she locked herself in her room to study. I was in the restaurant with my brother meeting his girlfriend for the first time. My husband ended up taking our son with him to the hospital, and his mom watched him from there. He came home and was lashing out at everyone, calling us selfish and unfeeling. I tried to explain that the kids were busy, but he told me to get the F out with that bull because my older son could have skipped the hangout and watched his brother, and my daughter could have watched her brother while studying instead of locking herself in the room. He scolded me as well, but I told him I couldn't leave lunch with my brother since he was visiting town and this was my only chance to meet his girlfriend. He yelled some more, then told us that he was canceling the family holiday trip for Christmas this year. The 2 older kids were upset and said it was unfair. I called him unreasonable to cancel the trip and punish the kids, and possibly me, like that. He refused to discuss it later. Now me and the kids aren't speaking to him, and he's saying good riddance. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, you get out of there, sir. You leave that family behind, because fuck them kids.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
I just think everybody's selfish.
Like,
Everyone in
yeah,
the
they're
story is
just
selfish.
that's an entire family of just like abject monsters.
I feel like I don't mind about the kids. The sister, I'm
No, I
looking at you
totally
side
mind
eye,
about the kids.
but
The kids
no,
got
listen.
fucking okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So the sister, I'm looking at you side eye, but it's not the kid's responsibility. The mom could have took the kid with her, like, sorry, dude, brother, whatever. I have to get my son, but we'll just be late. Or something. And then the dad is, oh my God, for coming to yell at everybody?
Yeah.
Like, why was it so bad to take your son with you?
Okay, so
Well,
hear me out.
His father was in a very serious medical emergency.
I get you,
Yeah.
but if you were
So,
single
like-
and you had that little boy, you would have took him with you.
I'm gonna say, hear me out. Firstly, I absolutely put some of this on the kids because no, it's not their responsibility per se, but
Right.
their family, and they're like, I'm sorry, I'm hanging out with my friend. I know that your dad might be dying, but I mean,
Sure.
we're gonna watch Terminator 2, so which is really more important here?
Yeah.
That's a good point. They could have
Like-
been nice
That's
children.
The only scenario in which the mother's reply is appropriate is if her brother and her brother's girlfriend are trapped in that fucking IHOP and will die at midnight because of their internment into the IHOP. Then you can stay in the restaurant to be with them for their final moments
Right.
in the devil's IHOP. Otherwise, you're being fucking unreasonable. And that's why I say the dad losing his shit, though not good, obviously. I'm going to assume that this is not the first instance of them being
Well-
fucking horrendous monsters. What I'm saying is, like, lashing out at people is never the right thing, but it also doesn't make him the bad guy in any way in this scenario.
Right.
Because, like, it is an inappropriate thing to do, but is an appropriate level of response to the situation you're in.
Is there an update?
I wasn't done.
There's
an edit.
more?
Okay.
Bitch.
There's an edit. It's a small edit. The edit is, my husband was supposed to watch our son at the time. That's why I went to go see my brother at the restaurant. The kids aren't used to watching their brother when neither parent is home. And that's it. Now,
So you trained your kids to be grossly irresponsible,
incompetent.
and you decided that the fact that you scheduled this means that medical emergencies don't matter anymore?
I'll say to defend the daughter, she's being very responsible. She's
Okay,
studying.
I'm sorry. I disagree because I don't trust anyone who says, I'm sorry, I can't be in a room with a child because I'm so busy studying. I have to lock myself away. No.
Let them watch TV.
She's failing everything. You have to realize.
Yeah.
She's
She
an
can't-
adult.
deserves
take
it.
her
She's a
3-year-old.
monster.
How
She
old
can't
is
take
the
her
kid?
3-year-old.
3?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So if
Three.
she can't take care of a 3-year-old, you know she's failing.
I don't know. I guess it
Every one of
depends
her
on how
classes.
old they are. If they're like 13 and 15, Like
No. They're how old were they?
They said
They're
got the ages
17 and
revealed to be
19.
kids.
The girl's
17
19.
and 19. One of those is an adult. One of those is legally an adult.
Yeah.
And the kid, as someone who has express experience every single day with 3-year-olds, it can be hard.
Oh,
It can be.
I fully acknowledge that.
Having a classroom full of kids,
But this
terribly
is an
difficult and terrifying. But
this is an emergency, and he can watch TV for a few hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the
him-
son is the
yeah.
asshole here to be like, no, I'm hanging out with my friends. Like that's
Like, do
clearly
not hang out
like,
with you tomorrow.
yeah.
I think the level of severity, the level of like all three of those people are fucking dirtbags. I think the level of severity is the mother is just fucking terrible.
That's crazy.
The son
that's such
is
an
pretty
excuse.
atrocious, and the daughter is like not good.
it's
You
such
know
an
what I
excuse
was-
to be like, I can't watch.
It's degrees
Is
up.
it their son together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
listen.
can't watch our son because I have lunch plans.
Yeah, I have lunch plans, and
Well, it's- I mean, like,
you're
that's your
scheduled
kid.
to take care of them.
She was already there. The only reason I'm saying that.
Oh,
Yeah,
is,
she
like,
can
she was-
leave.
Yeah, she was already there. That's what I was saying. Like her and
Oh.
her brother and are mobile. Like they can leave to go
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
watch the
they
kid.
can just come home.
I think that's what
Right.
that's why I thought
They
he
could've just come
asked
home.
the son first because he hadn't left yet or something.
He asked his older son, but he refused. Yeah.
Yeah,
he
the
asked
You
son
know
him
what?
hadn't
first.
left.
But you know what I was thinking too? This is not their dad, so maybe they already have some preconceived
Chip on the shoulder.
about
Yeah.
him, and they're like,
Yeah.
well,
But still,
what
you,
is-
you
what is a
take
Christmas
care of the
vacation
fucking
like that?
kid, man.
I agree, but I'm just saying that might be kind
yeah,
of
that's not their dad, but it is
part
their
of
brother.
it.
He said,
Yeah.
"Good riddance." Oh, I
Uh-oh?
have an update. My husband just told me that he'll be spending Christmas with his family, saying he needs to be around his dad anyway. The kids say they will just go to their dad since they and my husband are still not talking. Neither of the kids are happy with how things turned out. So I feel like things have gotten out of hand and the problem got bigger. He's now choosing to basically abandon us on Christmas and also keep our son away from me and his siblings.
Yeah, good. Leave those assholes
mean-
behind. Take your young
Take her
3-year-old
kid.
son,
Your only
because they
son.
haven't been ruined yet by your terrible life. Save the young one.
Tony,
versus this woman.
no.
Tony
I'll
versus
fight this woman.
Tony, no. You can't take shit. That's the one shitty thing about this, about the dad in the story. I don't think it's fair for him to take the kid away because that is their shared kid. Like that
I
is
just
their
got
kid.
something though. I just got
I
something.
get that. Go ahead.
That when he said he was canceling the Christmas vacation, what he was saying was, "I'm going to see my family."
No.
Oh my God! Yeah,
No,
you
this
know
came
you're
after.
totally right.
No,
though,
I
is
think
he's-
No.
that was.
This
I don't
came
think that
after.
was. It did. I think it came in an update, but I don't think that. I think he meant that.
I'm pretty sure because it says here. Hold on a second.
we don't know for sure, but I think Jaime's interpretation is 100% a possibility.
I think it comes down to like he was like, "I got to spend
No,
Christmas with my
he
family."
yelled some more and told us that he was canceling the family holiday trip this year.
Yeah, because he's
Maybe.
going to go see his family.
I mean, maybe I don't know if he made that decision yet, and we don't know if he's made. That
We don't know
decision
for
yet. I
sure,
think
but
that's-
that is a totally
that's-
valid
it's,
interpretation.
yeah, that's what could have happened. I don't think that's what happened. I think in anger, he was like, "I'm canceling this trip because you guys weren't there," and then made the decision, "I'm just gonna go."
Yeah,
Because
this
I don't
family
think-
does not love this man. I'm
Yeah.
just going to tell you that for free.
Let's get into some of the top comments. Can't help thinking that I, at 17 years old, would not have gotten the choice to refuse to babysit during an emergency because I wanted to hang out with friends. It would have been, I have to go to the hospital. It's Grandpa. Take care of your brother. And then,
Yeah, same.
no, you're not. Give me your keys. If I refused because I was going out, with friends. Now, I'm not suggesting that OP's stepkids should be treated like I was growing up, because oh my how I was yelled at and belittled and shamed. But this family
I was
dynamic
not. I want to
is
clarify.
hella weird.
After I started that with, yeah, same. That's how my family was. I wanted to clarify, like, no, I had a very loving family. They were wonderful people. But yeah, I would have absolutely been in the same scenario in which it was like, my little brother, my little brother's 9 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were times in which it was like, hey, we both are incredibly busy with really important shit. Take care of your brother. And it's like, yeah, that's fair. That's understandable.
Right.
I was the default babysitter. So like, yeah, no, there was no question. I would have been like, it wouldn't have been a question. It would have been like, here's what's happening.
Yeah, I was very much raised in a household of like, yeah, you take care of your family, not when it's convenient, not for pay, not for, whatever. You do it because they are your family. That's what you do. That is just correct to do.
Yeah.
I would have never questioned it.
Oh.
Maybe this sheds light on what I said earlier, but my parents would have never made my brother watch me, but he 100% would have.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to watch, I was 13 and my sister was 5 years younger, so 8. And there was once an emergency where my mom had to run out, and she was just like a couple blocks away. But yeah, I mean, like, I just had to sit there and make sure that she didn't turn on the oven or...
Yeah.
I don't know. Something stupid.
He's romancing you, Tony.
He's my buddy.
He's romancing you.
OP's father-in-law and the children's grandfather had a medical emergency, and none of them gave an F? Like, is he secretly an evil man, or what?
Right.
I was actually wondering if the toddler was some monster. It seems like the mom and siblings' natural response to watch him was run and hide. Mom ditched, brother ditched, sister locked herself in a room. All to avoid watching a 3-year-old for a couple hours. What in the actual F is wrong with this family? Next story. So, this one is from Am I the Asshole? And then it was moved to Am I the Devil? I am a 45-year-old woman with 3 sons. Dave, a 30-year-old male. Corbin, a 20-year-old male. And Alex, an 18-year-old male. My husband, a 49-year-old male, is the dad to Corbin and Alex, but stepdad to Dave. Dave lives about 10 hours away from us if he were to drive, so we don't see him at all outside of when he comes to visit us for the holidays. Dave has been dating my daughter-in-law, Kayla, 28 female, for the last 10 years. We have only met Kayla a handful of times because she is very introverted and typically visits her own family when Dave visits us. This year, Dave has managed to get her to agree to join us for Christmas. I can't say that any of us are especially excited about this, myself especially. Kayla and I have never seen eye to eye, and I don't think she's a good fit for my boy. I never have. There have also been issues with her finding out about things I've said to Dave and taking offense, and I don't think she's fully over it. The woman just gets under my skin. But she is who he has chosen, and I have to be okay with that. So I'm always cordial to her face.
Oh.
The issue. Dave called me this morning and wanted to talk about Christmas. He asked if we could change our Christmas tradition since Kayla would be joining us. We live in a gorgeous area that's brilliant for hiking, so every year on Christmas Day, as a family, we go for an approximately 10-mile hike before getting ready and going out to dinner. Dave reminded me that Kayla has a mild cerebral palsy and gets worse in cold weather, so she struggles with any sort of distance walking, and she's pregnant. I said I didn't care if she was the Queen of England. She could come and suck it up, or not come and not be here for Christmas, as I didn't trust her alone in the house. Dave's response was, well, you just solidified everything I thought about you. And then he hung up. I may be the asshole here.
Yeah, you go, Dave.
I may be the asshole here because I then messaged Kayla to let her know it was okay to go to her parents if the thought of a little exercise on Christmas Day made her so uncomfortable she had to get my son to call me and try to change it. When I got home a couple hours later, my husband said that Dave had called the landline and was furious, and that what I said was totally inappropriate. I told him I didn't think so.
Oh my God, it keeps going.
Well, it's your funeral when Kayla doesn't want the baby around you. And that comment hurt, as he knows how excited I've been. Okay. My sons both agree, but directed me here. Am I the asshole for keeping traditions alive as much as the daughter-in-law hates them?
Hold on.
This is a Jerry Springer episode. No, this is not real.
She's very excited about the baby, but wants the mom who also has a disease, to walk 10 miles?
Yeah, that is clearly.
Height,
I want to clarify
not walk. Height.
the OP. I was going to say the mother, but then I realized both are mothers in this scenario. OP specifically is clearly someone who has never had to do anything like remotely difficult in her life to say, "Suck it up. It's okay. I know you have cerebral fucking palsy. Suck it up."
Are pregnant.
What the fuck kind of thing? Yeah. What
And
the
at
fuck
the
kind of
very
thing
least,
is
she knows what
that?
it's like to be pregnant.
You would assume.
Oh my god. I'm not
She
done.
did so pretty. She did so at 15. She's done it 2
Right.
times since.
I'm not done. Okay.
Oh God.
I just want to read you the TLDR of it. The TLDR is, I won't change my family's tradition for my overweight daughter-in-law. My eldest son is mad.
Motherfucker.
No one else really cares.
I'm gonna
Edit.
fucking.
I'm not calling Kayla overweight because she's pregnant. I would never. Kayla is a large woman. Like, could safely stand to lose 100 pounds large.
I don't care.
This woman is crazy.
She does
How
get it.
many? How many mothers am I going to have to fight?
This woman is crazy.
You
Because
know,
I'm fighting the last one and I'm fighting this one.
This is
wild.
Dave.
what? This is not real. This is not
Dave,
real.
I'm speaking to you, heart and soul, right now. I'm gonna look right at the camera. Dave,
Dave, the eldest
lose your
son.
mother's number. Lose your mother's number.
She's awful. This
It'll
is
be better
so
for
bad.
you. It'll be better for your wife, and it'll be better for your kid.
If you couldn't guess, yeah, she was determined to be the asshole. There is no update. I'm sorry to tell you.
Well, she's not tech savvy, so
Right. Listen,
Or,
after,
like,
after Kayla got through with her,
human
she might not
savvy.
be around.
I don't believe she's like, our sons directed us here. Like, no, ma'am.
Unless, of course, hear me out. The sons know that the mother can't actually be reasonable and listen to other human beings. So they said, we can't tell her she's a monster.
You have
But
to.
maybe the internet can. Maybe if thousands of people tell her that she's the worst human being on earth, it'll finally get through to her.
It does.
That's a
It,
good
it would
point.
not surprise me if she were somebody that responded strongly to shaming.
I want to know what the other family members think about this. Like, I know they said that the sons told them to go here, but like, is there anyone on this woman's side besides Dave? Like,
Oh, on the
if
pregnant
my
side.
yeah,
Nah,
on
Dave's not
Kayla's
even on her
side.
side.
Kayla's-
Oh, I see.
Dave-
Sorry.
Yeah, no, Dave's on.
I think
his
everybody's
wife's
on his wife's side. I don't think anybody is like, this is good. She's just a monster, and they can't be reasoned with.
But like, they're still gonna go on the. Like, you have to say
Well,
like
Dave isn't.
say no, mom, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Especially if you're excited to see the baby.
Yeah.
You could be
You
so
gotta
excited that you
change.
don't walk 10 miles. It's crazy how much excitement can like affect your plans.
Like, what is she gonna do? Like, the total disregard for the mother is crazy because, like, once she has the baby, what is she gonna try to do? Like, she's always gonna talk bad about her mother. Like,
All right,
and-
Dave, come on over and bring your child. Not the
Right.
other lady, though.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't-
love
I
that the
wouldn't.
dad brought this to her attention. Like, she's not gonna let
Yeah.
you see the baby. Why are you
Yeah, it's
doing
like,
this?
yeah, you're not seeing our child. Like, this
Right.
is not fucking happening.
Damn.
I gave
I
you
find
one
it so
hard
last
to believe
shot.
that this woman thinks that it's possible that she's the asshole. That's what's the most like unbelievable part of the story.
Right
this woman
now,
has
it's
clearly never
definite.
considered the possibility of being wrong in her life.
I'm not calling her fat. She could just lose 100 pounds. That's it. That's all.
I'm not calling her fat because she's pregnant.
I'm
I
calling her
would
Girls
fat
never
know?
do
Like,
that.
she's a fucking elephant.
I'm
That's
calling her
why.
fat because she's fat. What is this lady's problem?
Okay, lady.
This woman, I cannot believe she's a real person. I feel like this is the kids put this up and then showed her.
That's a wild edit, though, for them to put in. Well, that was the last story because I had to do all of this last night because I forgot to do it. But if you guys want to have any stories read on here, just can you pop them my way and then we will hit that up. Can I
There's
count
also
on
Are
you?
you
slash
talking to
two
us
hot
or the
takes.
viewers?
R/2 hot takes. Yes. Yeah. I've seen that.
that's right.
I've seen a couple of her videos. They're actually pretty dope. I want to have her as a guest once we are able to do things, I guess. Or I guess people know us. I don't know. This is all pretty fun though. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. A lot of true monsters over the holidays.
I'm gonna fight so many moms.
Yeah, the moms are really not bringing it.
It's too much.
Not being hospitable. The gold digger thing. Which story do you think was the worst story?
Oh,
The
the
last
last one.
one.
The last one.
The last one.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The last one. That's crazy.
Deplorable.
For her to bring. You still
It
gotta
feels
go on
like
this 10-mile
a
walk.
Succession storyline. Like, it just doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel real.
And
It
I'm
doesn't feel
betting
real.
I'm betting you anything. She doesn't. Part of the reason she doesn't like her is because she's disabled.
Oh, certainly.
Well, she said.
yeah.
She said straight up. She said straight up. She's not a good fit for my boy, which is a red flag when that happens. I'm glad.
Right.
I'm actually. You know what? Shout out to Greg. Greg, whoever you are. Not
Who the
Greg.
hell's-
I was
Dave?
thinking of
Dave?
Succession. I was thinking of Succession. You fucked me up.
Yeah, it's
Greg.
Dave.
Dave. Shout out to Dave.
Yeah.
You made it
Stick
out
up
of there,
for your
Dave.
partner. I'm not shaming anyone, but like to make the choices that you made at 15. I don't know what the result. I don't know what the
Right.
result was. I don't know what I don't know how this pregnancy came about. But if it is, I mean, like, you gotta have some grace because I know she experienced some hardships as a young mother.
Humble
You
yourself.
have to also extend the grace to other people.
I'm actually gonna say I know some people who definitely violated their own. We'll throw the words moral code out, and then pretended they didn't and have stayed stalwart. And anyone else who does that is a monster. So
There's no self-awareness.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely
Lack of self-awareness. I don't know. If it is real, which it could not be, but if it is real, that mother needs therapy. It's never too late to get therapy. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. With BetterHelp, it is not. It is not.
It's not actually. That being said, please
Please.
talk
Hey.
to people. It is
We
good
are-
for you.
Yeah.
If you are going through nothing and struggling in no way, talking to people is still good for you because it's just
Yeah.
a healthy thing to do.
Reach out.
God.
And you know what? If you're not going through something, someone else might be going through something. And you reaching out to them actually really helps.
You know what? Too tangentially, men ask for details. Yeah,
Ooh.
you need to know what more is going on. So and so broke up. How did it happen?
Oh.
I don't know. Excuse me? You were supposed to get the whole story.
Be nosy. Just, get in there.
I'm
Details.
actually going to
Yes.
say
Details.
I don't listen to or talk to anything about anyone. I don't care about people and their drama. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
not
men
about
don't know their
drama.
friends' birthdays. I don't get that.
It's not about drama. It's about
I know
it's about
2
reaching out.
birthdays. I know
Okay.
the 2 birthdays that matter to me. Mine and my wife's.
I thought you were going to say your rats. I really did.
The 2 birthdays
And
that
the
matter to me, and you can see both of us right here.
Honestly, I thought you were going to say my wife and my rats. That's what I
I do not know my own.
I suffer. I, have
I
no
forgot
ego.
on purpose.
I can only keep like 6 digits in my head at once, so that's month and day for her, for this little feller,
I feel targeted.
and for her.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Say bye, JD.
Bye, JD. Oh, bye-bye.